So how is everybody? Everybody
Good.
here? Everybody hears me okay? Yes, I hear yeses in the room. So welcome to script practice for the next hour and a half. It's going to be script practice for your recruits. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. This is all about profit share. So here's kind of the layout of today. So we're going to watch a few videos. I'm going to go through a PowerPoint presentation with you. For those of you that are here in the room, I'm going to share with you my last, so it would have been month of August, my profit share statement, that we get from the Market Center. First thing I want to do though, is I want to introduce, because he didn't know this was going to happen. So James Seelig is sitting here in the room, and James is our head on our ELC, our head of growth. Hello, James.
Hello, Larry.
What's growth?
Growth. Well, the culture of KW has to do with helping the office grow. That way the office is more profitable. The more profitable the office is, the more the owners share in profit share to the people who help the office grow. And so what we're hoping is that all of our agents will help in that effort and in return receive their piece of the profit share.
Correct. Anybody out there got questions on profit share before we get started? I'm going to explain the process to you. I'm going to explain what sponsorship is to you, but anybody got a quick question about profit share? So by the way, we've only got 8 people on the Zoom and we've got 3 people sitting in the room.
Larry, is this like the same about the last Monday investment or not?
The last Monday, you talking about Memorial Family Acquisitions?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
This would be the wrong class.
Okay, no, I was just.
Here's the good thing though, you're actually in the right class.
Okay.
All right, you're in the right class. All right, so I'm going to do this. First thing I want to do is I want to share a little video with you. This is going to talk a little bit about the history timeline of Keller Williams. Hi, I'm Gary Keller. I'm here to share with you.
Doesn't sound. We don't.
We can't.
You don't hear it?
No.
We can't.
Wonder why you don't hear that.
Volume's very low. Might be. Still not good.
Do you hear it all?
Not much. You can't understand a word he's saying. It's so low.
It's so low you can't understand. All right. Step over here and figure this out real quick for you. All right. Well, it's pretty loud. Well, you're loud in the room, and on the video itself, it's up the full 100%. So that, are you coming up here because you know how to do it? No.
We can hear you very clear, but we cannot.
You can hear me. You just can't hear the video is what you're saying, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You're coming in clear, but the video is not.
I do. Yeah, see, it's all the way up. It is all the way up. It's all the way up here. Hang on 1 second. Be patient with us. Be patient. If that turns anything up back
Hey, Larry, I have Christopher coming.
there. Okay. Well, he was out walking already, so I didn't want to interrupt his. It's just not playing the video, but I did turn the TVs up in the back. Is that any better?
No.
No.
All the way up.
No. Mm-mm.
I'm scared. Interesting. Might be because it's like. Okay, we'll just wait. for them.
Okay, so we'll wait for Christopher to stop back over, so I won't interrupt. Thank you all. See, technology is good, but technology can also be fun. So Teresa, you're on there. That's good. Did I hear you, Teresa?
I'm here.
Oh, okay, good. You didn't. I thought, oh, we must have lost all volume. So, all right. So here's what we're gonna do. Then we'll make a little change until we get some videos playing in here. Somebody tell me real quick about profit share that they know of. Wow, nobody. All right, so here we go. We're gonna have fun with this. So let me tell you about profit share. So I joined Keller Williams in 2012, and I'll be quite honest with you, I had no idea what profit share was. And the thing is, it didn't even matter to me, right? I had a big business growing, and I was formerly with Remax, and I'd moved over. Had no idea what profit share was. And so it wasn't until about the first year in that I started to learn more about what profit share is. And profit share is truly a gift of Keller Williams. Not everybody does it. In fact, our market center here, I'll share some numbers with you. We're only about 23% of our agents of 712 that actually have what we call a downline. But when I joined, I'll never forget, it was an OP of a market center. That's an operating principal up in Ohio. And what I did was he had recruited me over. And when I joined, he said, well, listen, if you don't mind, he said, why don't you put my wife down as your sponsor? And James, why did he do that? Correct. Because he was her sponsor. So there's 7 levels out each and every sale. So that was the really nice thing, you know. So even when you look back in my tree, as you guys will see in the room, you know, it's Sylvia and Kervaya, and then it's Mike and Kervaya, right? And by the way, they loved when I was recruiting because it was, you know, certainly building their profit share also. So like I said, profit share mattered none to me. Or just didn't know it mattered, but I didn't know what it was. So that's a little bit about my profit share story. I usually get somewhere between $10,000 and about $16,000 a year just in profit share, right? My tree is literally, it's Arizona, it's Ohio, I think there's South Carolina, it's Texas. Folks now, they have their own complete business out of just profit share, right? Profit share is its own business. Our own Cindy Bluestein here, you know, Cindy makes pretty close to a 6-figure income every year just in profit share, right? And it's something she's very, very proud of. She will recruit around the country, right? It's Georgia, you know, she'll recruit in different places where market centers are very, very profitable. So who in the room has people in their first level, which means somebody directly joined Keller Williams and named you as their sponsor? Anybody? No? Anybody on the call?
I do. This is Hilda.
Hi, Hilda. Yes, I know you do. Yes, you do.
I got a few in there, Larry.
Teresa's got a few in there.
Of course.
And let me tell you a quick story about that. So our former MCA here, his name was Mark Fleming. So when I was here the first time in 2012, I was part of the process that hired Mark. And Mark had named me as his sponsor, which was pretty awesome. And then Teresa joined Keller Williams, probably Teresa, like 2013, I think it was. And you joined Keller Williams, and then you named Mark as your sponsor. So for Teresa, everybody in Teresa's downline is my third level. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm. So go, Teresa, go, right?
I'm in Teresa's downline.
You're in Teresa's downline. So Brian, I was looking at your name today here, Brian. So Brian, actually, I'm sorry, Brian is my level 4. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that.
Let's go get you level 5.
I know, I love it. James, you pass these around the room. That's great. Anybody else? Anybody else got somebody in their first level? Here's the thing.
Mhm.
This is not hard to do at all. Right? This is not very hard to do. I see Brandon standing outside over here next to us, our new tech trainer. And Brandon's got a sponsor. Who's your sponsor? Safia is your sponsor, right? Brandon can go out and have somebody add it that joins Keller Williams, whether they're here or anywhere. By the way, anywhere in the world. It's not just Houston, right? He could have somebody that joins. He's got a brother in California. Maybe the brother in California knows somebody, or maybe the brother joins Keller Williams and names him as a sponsor. Now, once again, every time they're earning a little bit of money. Who else? Who else on the call has got some profit share? By the way, you are going to see a very hard push for us this year to increase that number from 23% of our agents that have a downline to much significantly higher. Why is that? Why is that? James knows.
Well, that would be because we want to grow the office and make the office more profitable and share more profit share.
There you go. Share more profit share. 48% of the profits that come through here every month go back into that profit share pool. Right. Some of the big things that are coming up in history here for Keller Williams, you're going to see some new things. There's going to be some new divisions that come in. Divisions like there's going to be a relocation division. Divisions like there's going to be a sports and entertainment division, right? People who specialize in that. We, and I say we, Keller Williams, effective November 1, James, you know what's going to happen November 1, right? So, Teresa, what's going to happen on November 1?
Keller Williams is getting their own real estate school where we can invite agents into or people to get their license for free.
For free.
What?
What? I know. Now, here's the thing. It's not out. It's not out yet. It won't be out until right around October 26th. We're going to announce who the third party education provider is. So just kind of keep it to yourself for right now. However, November 1st, it will roll out. And with that, it's so big because now, if you went to Champions, you spent $1,200. If you went online, you spent at least a couple $100. Now this is going to be free. It'll be free for anybody. There's not a requirement to join Keller Williams. We hope you do, right? There'll be some internal things that are going on, part of what it's called K-score. Keller Williams School of Real Estate. Yeah, Keller Williams School of Real Estate. So you'll see more and more coming out about that. By the way, we've got some people that get licenses in other states. You can do that too, right?
What about the SAE classes?
The CE classes?
No, the other one, the SAE.
Oh, the SAEs. I haven't heard yet on the SAEs. What I do know is continuing education is all going to be about a 20% discount, they say. So, and then I don't know how it's all worked out. I'm not sure about the SAE classes yet. Okay, but that's coming out. Is that a nice tool that you could go and help recruit to help build your profit share?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, yes, and that, yes. I mean, you know, it's a very big thing. So what is profit share, right? Here's how it is until I get a few videos, but here's how it is. So roughly, so every month we know how much money we've spent, how much money has come in, and then I wasn't really pointing around the room there. You were like, but at the end, what happens? So we've brought in money, right? You all brought in money. We've paid expenses, and then we have left over what? Profit, right? So out of that profit, 52% of that profit roughly goes to our owners, right? Our ownership group that took the risk and the gamble continually to own this market center. 48% of that goes back into the profit share pool. So you guys have a form that I handed you of my profit share statement, right? That profit share statement is for the month of August. August. That's August. September's hasn't rolled out yet. Why is that? Whatever it was, I couldn't get sound loud enough for the crowd on the video. It's every month. So the question was, is it, what's that? They could watch, yeah, people watching, they just couldn't hear it at all. So unfortunately for you at home, you don't get to see my profit share statement, but I'll be glad to give you a copy of it. It's fixed? It was not shared with sound. Okay, thanks, Christopher. We got the best IT guy in the house. Woo! All right, so if any of you want to see this statement, these come out every month. It should also be in your My KW under reports. But what it does is it gives me a whole breakdown of where my level 1 came in, right? So Maria Barnaby, who I recruited here when I was here the first time. So this month she had sold something, out of my profit share, it was $376.78. You'll see some on here. Sometimes there's one at $5.06 from our own Anna O'Neill. Mr. Brian Crawford, $13.30. Thank you so much. Right. Other side, you can see everybody that's in there all the way down to my level 4. And I've got some level 5s, but that's about as high as I get there. But when you look, so my level 1 produced $832,000 in production last month. The profit from them was $1,200, and the profit share piece was $618, right? Level 1 is 50%. We'll go through what that looks like. My level 2, level 3, level 4. So out of that last month, I got $920.62. The check is monthly. It's not a check, it's a direct deposit. That's why when you join, we've asked you for your credit card information so we can give you a direct deposit in there. Direct deposit into your checking account. Direct deposit that way, right? What did I do for the $920.62? Pretty much nothing, right? Pretty much nothing, right? I passed a name, I probably recruited somebody in, somebody else had a conversation with somebody else. There's another level for you. All right, let's try these videos again. Let's see. Do I dare? Do I dare? Stop share. All right, do you guys hear this now?
Same.
Same.
No, we don't hear it.
Yeah, a second.
79,
Yeah.
I graduated and came to Austin, Texas, and got into the real estate business
Yeah.
because I loved teaching and helping people and achieve their business and life goals.
Good.
I decided to make a career of leadership and management training. By the time I was 26, I was the vice president of expansion at Austin's largest real estate company at that time, and then I quit. The vision of the company I was with was that their agents worked for the company. And I'd constantly tell the owner at that time that I believed the company worked for the agent. And if they just focused on building the agents and treating them right, then they would build the company bigger than they ever dreamed. Companies are nothing more than people. People create everything inside an organization and outside. And what's going to make us better in the long term is the way that our people think. Our goal is to tap the way people think, take advantage of that thought process and put it to use for everybody. So in 1983, the experiment began. I left where I was and I partnered with Joe Williams, great guy, and we started Keller Williams Realty with just a handful of agents and some folding tables and chairs. By the end of the first year, we had netted over $100,000 and put it in the bank. In 2 years, we grew to over 70 associates and had become Austin's largest single office real estate company and number 10 in the market overall. Then the market fell out. It was 1986. We shrunk from over 70 associates to below 40 associates, and although we were still profitable, a new competitor moved to town and 5 of my top 10 associates, plus my entire administrative staff, walked out the door. To meet the new challenges in the market and stand up to my competition, I knew I had to reinvent Keller Williams. True to my beliefs, I started with agents. Gathering my top 13 associates, I asked this question: how can we run the company in such a way that you achieve everything that you want, and at the same time, we achieve everything we want? And here's what we came up with: the best possible commission structure we could think of, to be treating the agents like business partners, to profit share with access to the financial information, formalized input into how the business should be run through an agent leadership council, and supportive management who consults and promotes teamwork, the highest level of training we could think of. And we implemented these ideas in less than 2 years. Our company became number 1 in our market. Positive, never to be relinquished yet. Putting agents first was obviously a successful model. So we took it even further by devising a plan to organize top agents into a series of agent leadership councils, formally at the local, city, regional, and international levels. Most people think we're crazy when we share with them that we've actually turned the entire company's decision-making process over to our associates in tandem with our managers. But we have. The Agent Leadership Council, the ALC, was set up so that our salespeople could directly impact most of the decisions and all of the decisions that impact them. Now, this revolutionary step gave Keller Williams tremendous credibility and was the catalyst for more actions aimed at putting agents in the driver's seat. Our open books policy, standardized accounting procedures, and published results. The result was growth. We began franchising in 1991 and expanded to Canada in 1998. By working one-on-one with masterminding with hundreds of top agents from across the country, we created a set of models that became the foundation of my first book, The Millionaire Real Estate Agent, which I published in 2004. The book hit a nerve, found an audience. There were like-minded agents all over North America who found the answers they'd been looking for in that book. In the second half of the decade, as the crazy run-up in real estate prices started to backfire, Keller Williams Realty and our associates were uniquely positioned to seize the shift as an opportunity for growth. You see, Keller Williams Realty got its start during a rotten real estate market, and the hard-fought lessons that we learned during those years have really stayed with us. So we published Shift, which was a follow-up to The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. In it, we set forth a 12-point action plan for how top agents tackle really tough times. Shift became a national New York Times bestseller as our company and our agents took it up a notch, outpacing the market and proving that the market doesn't dictate whether or not we succeed. It only tells us how we're going to succeed. We launched a luxury homes division, which extended our reach into that segment of the market. We created Keller Williams Commercial, which is now the fastest growing commercial real estate company in North America. Pursuing our dream to bring the Keller Williams opportunity to the world, we opened Keller Williams Worldwide and have laid the groundwork for overseas expansion. Ensuring that our associates have what it takes to serve their clients and run their businesses with technological tools that are unmatched in the industry, we responded to the insights of the most tech-savvy associates among us and developed eEdge, one paperless loop for lead management, contact management, marketing, and transaction management. We're not a company that sits still, and it's all because Keller Williams Realty is in the hands of smart, determined, forward-thinking agents such as you. We're here to serve you, and we're very proud to be in business with you, and we're so glad you've decided to join us on this unbelievable ride.
What did you think?
That's nice. That's a good overview.
Oops. We got Gary Keller with hair. Excuse me. Right. So what did you hear in there? What were some of the things that you heard? You heard Open Books Company, right? James heads our finance committee. James, can everybody join you on the finance committee to see the open books part of our company? Make sure you grab your mic just so everybody can hear you out there.
Yes, of course. All of our committees are open to all the agents.
All of our committees are all open, right? And this is why the profit share piece is such a big part of our company, right? It is open books, right? We set our budgets, right? James helps us, by the way, to stay within our budgets, right? It's a very open book system. So what else did you hear in there? Value, right? Yep. It's a value. There's not a real estate company out there, number one, that does what we do, shares what we share with an open book part of it. The other thing that you heard in there was the word ALC, right? Agent Leadership Council, right? They're kind of like my board of directors, right? They're in the top 20% of production. And each and every year we go through and we select them. We're just in the process now in October, we're starting to select the newest committee for 2022, right? It is a leadership group in there. Leadership, by the way, ALC meetings are open to who? Everyone, right? The only ALC meeting that's not open to everyone, James, you probably know the answer. Which one is it not open to everybody for?
The ALC planning retreat.
Well, there's a good one. That's a good one. But no, actually, when the ALC is helping to hire a team leader, right? That's the only ALC meeting that's not open to everyone. All right. So how is profit share calculated? Let's do this one.
When deals close, agents who haven't capped pay company dollar to the market center. Market center uses that money to pay its bills. What's left over is profit. Every real estate business is in business for profit. Usually, owners keep all of that profit. This practice makes sense. Owners invest in businesses with the hope of seeing a return. At Keller Williams Realty, we do things a little different. We grow the business together. So we split the profit between the owners who took the risk and the associates who helped grow the market center. Roughly 52% goes to the owners who took the risk, and roughly 48% goes to the associates who helped.
I'm having trouble hearing that.
So how is it dispersed?
Very low.
To figure out what percentage of the market center's profit is a result of
You guys can't hear it?
and we take that percentage
It sounds very low to me, like this,
associates profit share.
the microphone or whatever is way away from the source. So I can't make out what they're saying.
It's 10%.
I
Is this
can't hear
video?
you very well.
All of
Looks
this-
like a lower volume and then higher and then lower and then higher.
profit will
Hard to
grow.
understand.
Everybody has the opportunity to share in it. We believe in finding the win-win and in doing the right thing, because together, everyone will achieve more.
Yay, that's it.
Sounds good.
So sorry. All right. I'm going to punish the rest of the room now. Yeah.
When deals close, agents who haven't capped pay company dollar to the market center. The market center uses that money to pay its bills. What's left over is profit. Every real estate business is in business for profit, and usually the owners keep all of that profit. This practice makes sense. Owners invest in businesses with the hope of seeing a return. At Keller Williams Realty, we do things a little differently. We believe in growing the business together. So we split the profit between the owners who took the risk and the associates who have helped grow the market center. Roughly 52% goes to the owners who took the risk, and roughly 48% goes to the associates who helped grow the market center. So, how is it dispersed? We figure out what percentage of the market center's profit is a result of that associate, and we take that percentage of the profit share pool and disperse it through the branches of that associate's profit share tree on a monthly basis. The associate sponsor gets half, the associate sponsor's sponsor gets 10%, and so on until all of it is dispersed through 7 levels of sponsorship. At Keller Williams Realty, we believe the profit will grow exponentially when everybody has the opportunity to share in it. We believe in finding the win-win and in doing the right thing, because together, everyone will achieve more.
All right. Now everybody got to hear that one, right?
Yes.
Yes. Good, good. So what kind of questions do you all have about that? What was that? Oh, hang on a second. Let me go back to the chat room. All right, very low, better. Can we get microphones? I asked Chris to come, so we're all good there.
Yes.
We are all good there. All right. All right, you all in Zoom land, do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Yes, got it.
Okay. All right. All right, so develop a purposeful plan for your passive income. Does anybody have a purposeful plan? No? Okay. Teresa, I'll pick on you. Do you have a purposeful plan for profit share?
I mean, I always have a plan. What do you mean?
No, do you have a purposeful plan? Do you have a you and I talked yesterday, right? And we talked yesterday and you said, you know, profit share is a very, very important part to you, right?
So for me, first and foremost, is definitely to grow our market center and bring in some amazing more agents to our office. And by the way, guys, I'm doing this from my bed today. I'm kind of sick. So I'm sorry if I sound bad. I'm just having a difficult morning. So my plan, I'm 52. So my plan definitely is to start thinking about retirement. That's something we all have to start thinking about. And profit share is one of those easy ways as a small business owner that we can bring in passive income to help us pay our bills as we get older. So everything I do, I'm kind of concentrating on that right now.
And what we talked about, Teresa, was, you know, we talked about the opportunity of building a business outside of even the memorial office, right?
Correct.
Yeah. We've got, I mean, has anybody ever attended any of Aaron Kaufman's classes? Aaron Kaufman, he's out of Atlanta, Georgia. his profit share alone is, I mean, he just bought some island house land that he's building, you know, way over somewhere, right? So there are folks, the point is there are folks that make just a business out of profit share, right? That there's nothing wrong with that. I've got a website. If you go to recruitingwealth.com, right? That's my website that I just haven't really fully developed. It's a Michael Tridhart website. Everybody knows Michael Tridhart builds websites. It takes any leads that come in through that, it takes them right back into my email. It's very, very professional looking website. I think it cost me, I think it was $99 for the website, which he'll usually give out deals right around some of the big events like family reunion, like mega camp. And I don't think it's much more than about $39 a month to host it, right? Just having its own business. I met with an agent here that I was recruiting, and she was with Century 21. And I called her and she said, oh, I'm so sorry. She said, I just moved to Goodyear, Arizona. And I said, oh, I said, well, congratulations. I said, so what are you doing with your business here? She's like, well, I got some friends and I'm going to refer it out. It's like, perfect. I said, so you're getting a real estate license in Arizona? She said, I am. She said, I've got it right now. I said, great. Are you interviewing real estate companies? She said, I am. I said, great. I want to connect you up with a team leader out there. So I call the team leader. By the way, you can go into the system. You can find everybody's information. I call the team leader, say, listen, I got a recruit for you. You know, would you meet with her? He said, absolutely. Well, it didn't work out. And she went to a small little company and it was only there about 2 months. And he sent me an email. He called me, left a message. And he said, hey, listen, I just wanted to let you know your recruit said it wasn't working out so well at the other company. And she joined us and she named you as her sponsor, named me as her sponsor. Right. So it's just having the conversations around that you can build this thing into as wide as you want it to go, right? Keller Williams Worldwide is a little bit different. Keller Williams Worldwide, Canada and the United States, it's pretty much the same. Keller Williams Worldwide actually profit shares or world shares off of the royalties part, not the entire market center commission. So it's a little bit different structure. And it's because some other countries, there's not even a license required. So it's just a different structure inside Keller Williams. And grow your profit share, right? James did 2 committees, headed 2 committees for this year with us in the ALC. The second committee was the growth committee. Now there's been some occasions where James and I will go out and we'll go to champions and we'll go in there with the purpose of doing what?
Telling the story and the value of KW Memorial, so that
Right.
those folks will want to join us and be taught how to grow their business.
Right. And then with the intention too, that they put you down as their profit share sponsor, right? Who with Keller Williams does not have a sponsor? Everybody's looking around the room.
Gary Keller.
Gary Keller, there you go. Gary Keller is the only person at Keller Williams that does not have a sponsor. Each and every one of us do, right? So Teresa, we know your sponsor. Hilda's, who's your sponsor?
Dana.
Yeah, Dana Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Let's see, who else is on there? April, who's your sponsor?
My sponsor is Bruce Ham.
And Bruce is out of the Metropolitan office, right?
Yes, yes.
Ashley, who's your sponsor?
I'm actually studying to gain my actual license within a couple of weeks. I don't have one yet.
Okay.
Hey, Larry, I invited some people in today that I'm working with.
All right, so that's good. No, that's good. That's perfect. Francis, who's your sponsor?
I was about to say, I'm here. I can help you.
Francis, who's your sponsor? Who's your
It's
sponsor?
Laura Tijerina.
Okay. All right. We know Brian's already. Let's see. Gabby. Gabby, who's your sponsor?
You are.
Ah, thank you. Thank you. Hanadi, who's your sponsor?
Larry,
Ah,
you.
okay, good. Why me, Hanadi?
I don't know. When I met you, I just felt comfortable the way you explained things to me and showed me around and explained about the company, and
Okay.
it just it made me feel welcome, and that's how I decided.
Excellent. Thank you. Who's your
Thank
sponsor?
you.
Garrett is.
Garrett's your sponsor. Who? Rosie Reed.
Margaret.
Margaret. Okay. James. When there was the Galveston office, right? Okay. Yeah. So everybody has a sponsor. Go ahead. Grab your mic there. Grab your mic. Mhm. Okay, it's okay.
Okay, my question is just a question, okay? Can I be my own sponsor?
That's a great question. And the answer is no.
Why?
Everybody has got to have a sponsor, because here's the thing. If you think about this, if I name myself as a sponsor, would profit share ever grow? Right? Profit share would never grow, right? So you join Keller Williams, and when you put down on that paper who is your sponsor, it almost takes kind of an act of God to ever change any of that, because that is what and who you put down, right? That's an important part of that. We even have an extra form now that we have you make sure that when somebody's joining, they absolutely make sure in there that they're very clear on who their sponsor is, right? Because it's very, very important in there. That's a great question, though. That's a great question. What happens if your sponsor leaves the company?
I think goes to the next one, like the ones that have the person that my sponsor sponsors.
Right?
They get it for life.
Part of it's correct. So here's the thing. So we'll talk about what vesting looks like. So right now, from like April of 2020, the vesting thing changed. Prior to that, it was 3 years. So once James was here for 3 years or more, he is vested for life. If James was less than 3 years, then it would actually move up to whoever James's sponsor was, would be the next one. Now, from April of 2020 going forward, it is 7 years to be vested, right? Not 3 any longer. It's 7 years to be vested in the company. What happens if I pass away? Does the money just go away? What happens to the money?
Go to the family?
Goes to your family.
That's correct. Well, it goes to whoever you made your beneficiary. So when you filled out paperwork with us, you put down a beneficiary. And that beneficiary is the one. So in my case, it would be Alice, right? So Alice would have my profit share, our profit share for the rest of her life. And then we have 9 children. So that would probably be with the next part of where our profit share will go. Any questions on that?
Can a sponsor be from out of state?
Absolutely. Sponsor can be from anywhere. You can sponsor somebody to anywhere. Yep, good questions. All right. My screen will not, there you go. All right, so it is passive income. There is no financial risk, right? Profit share doesn't cost you a penny to be part of. Doesn't cost you a penny. You renew with Keller Williams every year for how much? What's your renewal with Keller Williams every year? Every January 1?
$25.
$25, right? It's $25 whether you profit share or whether you don't profit share. There's no legal risk. If for some reason that our market center here did not have enough money to pay the bills, what happens? Well, no profit
Is there
share. We gotta be,
insurance?
what's that?
Insurance? Is there insurance on it?
Well, here's kind of where I was going with that. There is no legal risk for anybody that's in profit share. The legal risk is on who?
Keller Williams.
Well, the owners, right? The owners of this market center, right? The owners and investors in this market center, right? If there's not enough money, you know, then they could make a cash call for that group. They've got to come up with cash to be able to pay people, right? Don't worry about that with this market center because we make lots of money. But that's how that is. So there is no legal risk. There's no down payment to get into profit share. Now, and there are no phone calls. If you chose to make phone calls to people, might that benefit your profit share? What does your script sound like? You got to pick up a mic there, right? We got to get you a mic. I'm going to read you a script. You can hit yours, but I'm going to read here. I'll tell you what. Come up here. Here, come up here. You stood up. You stood up. There's 3 scripts on there. I'll read all 3. Read all 3. You got a big voice. Read all 3. There you go. All right, let's hear it. Here's the scripts.
All right, so script 1. Hi.
Make up a name.
Hi, Roxana. This is Brighton Daniel. I love doing transactions with you. You are awesome. I told my team leader how great you are. He will be calling you to thank you for the way you. Oh, that's okay. The other day, they're calling you the way you.
Oh, it's cut out because there was some tape on there that tore off. So just make up a word in there. Go down to script 2.
Great. Hi, Roxana. This is Brighton Daniel. It was so much fun doing that transaction with you. I really like the way you handled negotiations. Roxana, can we meet for coffee next Tuesday? I just want to get to know you and learn more about how you became such a knowledgeable agent. How about Tuesday at 10 a.m.?
Sure, I like the idea.
Great.
Good. Script 3.
Hi, Roxana. This is Brighton Daniel. It was so much fun talking with you at the seminar yesterday. Roxana, can we meet for coffee next Tuesday? I'd just like to get to know you and talk shop. Is that okay? How about Tuesday at 10 a.m.?
Yes, very interesting.
Great.
James.
But number 1, in terms of time, is the easiest. So I think the script is, I love doing transactions with you. You are awesome. I told my team leader about the other day about how great you are. He will be calling you to thank you for something. Will you promise me you will take his or her call?
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't finish that one because of the tape. Yeah, promise me, right? That's the simple part. Thank you, James. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, that's the simple part. Just promise. Hey, just promise me. Promise me you'll take his call. Promise me you'll take her call, right? That's all that is. And then what do we do with the lead? Yeah, convert them. But here's the thing. I thank you, right? We'll get them in the get you in the system so you kind of start knowing what it is we're doing with your referral. Right? Roxanne?
Yes, I heard you say there is a $25 renewal every year.
Every year.
So whenever we talk about the profit share, we mention and then it become Keller Williams agent. We mentioned the $25 renewal every year.
No. That's every Keller Williams, 180,000 of us, whatever that is. Every year, everybody has a $25 annual renewal, right? Other companies, it's much, much larger. My point was with that one, profit share is not costing you whether you profit share or not, there's still a renewal for you every year. Make sense? James?
Yeah, basically, all you have to do is refer the folks to Larry or Michael or Teresa or Garrett, and they'll do the recruiting. And they're trained on the recruiting part of it. All you need to do is follow one of those 3 simple scripts and refer them over. You can do more in terms of bringing, inviting them to team meetings, inviting them to some events that we have that are appropriate for recruits to be invited to, and stay in touch as much as you want. But you're simply just need to refer over. Let the people who've been trained to recruit, let them do all the recruiting.
Correct.
Make it easy on yourself.
Yes, but I'm kind of still in between, confused. So I have a friend,
Okay.
right, that she's now with Keller Williams, but
Okay.
there has to be agent with Keller Williams in order to recruit her on the profit share. 'Cause
Well,
I'm
they would have to,
confused.
yes, they would have to join Keller Williams.
Okay, so the moment, I have no experience on how to talk about.
So like James said, just pass me a name.
Yes, and then.
I will call them.
Uh-huh.
I'll probably have you come in, set the appointment with me,
Okay.
right?
So, and the moment they transfer from wherever they're at to us, that's whenever they, fill the application, and then that's whenever they put my name.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And I think it's still the way you'll be notified by Keller Williams, thanking you for the person that's joining. I think we're still doing that. All right. So who benefits it, right? Who benefits from profit share? I just told you if I pass away, mine's going to take care of, Alice for the rest of her life, right? The market center, right? How does it benefit the market center? How does the process benefit the market center? Anybody? No? James is picking up the mic.
As we recruit more agents and the office grows, the office makes more money. So there's much more money for the profit share pool.
Wonderful. There's much more money for the profit share pool. There's much more money for us to have things, things that help you in your business. By the way, that's what all the things are about. Everything we do is about helping you as agents grow. We're meeting as a growth committee, special meeting on tomorrow, and no, I'm sorry, Friday, and we're going to go. Don't freak you out, right? So we're going to go through with the staff and with the ALC in what our growth strategy is going to be for 2022. Right? We're going to be very, very intentional, very purposeful about what our growth is going to be. Do you have a question? So that one is just by invitation only on that one. Invitation only. Once again, we want to get a very purposeful, very intentional where we want our growth to be. Okay. And then all of KW, right? It still benefits all of KW. There's some big plans that are in the works. There's talk out there about Keller Williams being a publicly traded company. Who knows, right? There's a lot of really, really great things that are going on. What will you do with your profit share? Anybody, what will you do with your profit share? So my profit share, I'll just say this, my profit share, go ahead.
Save it.
Save it, okay.
Buy property.
Buy property, sure. Absolutely. Last count I saw, by the way, 82 millionaires have been created out of the profit share system.
Wow.
I was on it's a requirement for owner investors, team leaders. It's a class called Franchise Systems Orientation, FSO. One of the guys that was on there, they had his profit share up, Mike Brody. And Mike Brody was making something like, most of his months there in the breakdown were in excess of 40 grand for the month, just in profit share. Pretty awesome stuff. For me, you know, we do a little bit of travel. Right? When we get away, we travel a little bit. Many of you know, Alice and I lived on one of those big Rockstar tour buses for 5 years. She didn't kill me. It was pretty amazing, you know, just to live that little bit of a lifestyle. If we didn't like our neighbors, we just released the brakes and moved. The bus has now been sold, they tell me. So we took that up to Knoxville. But for our profit share, we like to go and travel a little bit, right? So it's just a nice little extra money. Teresa, what do you do with your profit share?
Pay for my daughter to go to college.
Pay for my daughter to go to college. I'll tell you a great story. I was down in the Houston Clear Lake office. My director of first impressions, her name was Joy. And Joy had somebody join the company and named her as a sponsor. She came to me the 22nd of the month. Why was it the 22nd of the month? Because the 21st of the month is what day? Profit share, right? That's profit share. So she comes to me and she says, listen, she goes, Larry, there's something wrong. I said, what's wrong? She said, well, I got a check from Keller Williams. And I said, okay. She said, it said PS. I said, well, that's profit share. She was like, what's that from? And I said, well, you must have had somebody joined and I forget the amount. It was like a little over $700. And she said later, she was crying and she said, my light bill had come due. My lights were getting ready to get turned off. And that profit share paid for her, you know, to be able to keep her lights on. And she was like, so I want to make sure they're not going to pull it back out of my account, are they? It wasn't like a mistake. I'm like, no, it's profit share. It's yours, right? So you'll hear time and time again of really great profit share stories. Anybody else got a profit share story? First check. James, what was your first check? Do you remember how much? $16. Teresa, first check?
Yeah, it was under $20.
Mine was like $1.72, something like that. It was I could buy a Coke, right? Still $1.72 I didn't have, right?
I have one for $25.
$25, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, who is the profit share system? Who do you know, right? You and every person with Keller Williams, right? Everybody with Keller Williams is in the profit share system. That's just part of it. The only people I think that we got with profit share, I don't get profit share right now, are VAs that work for us out of the Philippines. I don't think they are because they've got to just be part of the Keller Williams system.
Larry?
Yes.
What happens to a sponsor if they move to another company? Do they still receive profit share benefits?
Yes, it goes back to if they were vested, right? Remember, if it was before April of 2020,
oh, okay.
If it was 3 years, if they were vested, then yes, they do. If it's after that, then it's 7 years. If they're not vested, then no.
And meaning they've been with the company for 7 years?
Correct.
Okay. So they keep receiving the benefits for life?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, that's it.
Wow, that's really good.
What happens when, so let's say Brighton, let's say you're my sponsor. Okay, you're my sponsor. So I've capped, right? So capping is roughly what, about 2 million in production? So I cap. what happens now when I sell something? Do you get any profit share? The answer would be no, right? Why is that? There's got to be company dollar, right? There's got to be profit on there. So you're not going to get any profit share until I reset. So when my cap resets, so each and every one of you, by the way, you have a cap date, right? Probably the following first of the month from when you joined Keller Williams. That's going to be your cap date. So once you cap, there is no more profit share until you come back off of cap.
Oh, so it renews every year, like every anniversary?
More or less, it follows the line of the cap itself. So if an agent doesn't cap, profit share just kind of stays in place throughout the year. If let's say James was, I sponsored James in, which I wish I would have done. If I sponsored James in, right, James is probably going to cap in 3 to 4 months. He's going to be off of any cap for 7 or 8 months, and until he resets, that's when profit share will start flowing back in. Okay.
So the benefits of profit share is only up to the person when they cap, up to the amount of capping.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always a benefit, and I think if you look at the amount, because there's some people say, well, how much do I get from a capper? Well, it's hard because it's always based on the profitability that month of the market center, where they fall in their cap. You could generally say, I always kind of go roughly, it's roughly $2,000 a year is what you could earn off of a capping agent. Roughly. No set figure, right?
So it's better to bring on someone we know is going to cap within that year. Is that what we're saying?
Well, here's the thing. It's better to bring on somebody anytime, right? We got a real estate school going in place. There's going to be a lot of brand new people. You know some brand new people, right? That might join. They may not have something right away, but they probably will.
The more agent you have under your umbrella, there's more possibility that you will get profit share.
Sure. Number 3. Number 2, they have to pay company dollar, right? That's the capping part. Number 3, the market center's got to be profitable. If the market center is not profitable, then there's no profit share paid out that month. There's a big check on the wall over here. Everybody see it okay in the room? So this year, well, this last month of September, we profit shared $103,408. Right? That was the profit share from last month. The owners roughly got 105,000 or 106,000 because it's 52 and 48. There was $103,000 in profit share for the month of September. Now that will not come out and be in your accounts if you sponsored somebody in that was in your downline until the middle of October. Year to date, $622,785 is the profit share from this market center for this year. 622. Any other real estate company, by the way, that's owner money. That's owner money. And yet the owners, because of the Keller Williams system, found a way to be win-win, beneficial for all, help build some really big businesses. So yeah, on the 21st of the following month, right? 21st of October will be profit share day. By the way, you can go to your Kelly app. Go to your Kelly app, type in the search profit share, and it will typically show your profit share statement a few days before the 21st. So you'll actually know what's going to hit your accounts in there. My biggest profit share check was about $2,200 for the month. Nice money, right? Mailbox money. Vesting, we talked about that a little bit. So yeah, April 1st of 2020, right? Before that, it was 3 years. When you have been a Keller Williams associated for 3 years and a day, you're vested. Once again, we go back to 7 years after that. For associates who choose to return to Keller Williams within 6 months of moving to a competing brand, their vested period will be reset. Sure, move this thing out of the way. Can I move this thing out of the way? I can. I can't see the bottom of that thing. Anybody see the bottom of that thing? Prior to vesting date and downline. So after 6 months, so if you have left Keller Williams for 6 months and a day, you would come back into the system and you would have to name another sponsor. Could be the same sponsor, but you have the option to name another sponsor. When you join Keller Williams, if you don't know who your sponsor is, you have a little bit of time, and I think the number is 90 days. 90 days, you could have a temporary sponsor. Typically what they do is they put you down as for the team leader. The goal is that you pick somebody along the way that was the person most responsible for you being at Keller Williams. Okay. Sometimes, by the way, sometimes it could be somebody at the front desk that all of a sudden somebody walks in and goes, listen, we just had it happen last weekend. Hey, listen, I want to join Keller Williams. You know, I've been in business for a little while and I'm not happy where I'm at. It happens, right? You can will your profit share to your beneficiary. Can you ever change your beneficiary?
Yes.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You'll have to get with the MCA. Who's the MCA?
Victoria.
Victoria, what is the MCA? Everything's acronyms at Keller Williams. MCA stands for Market Center Administrator, right? Market Center Administrator. You can get with Victoria and you can always change your beneficiary. You will have access to all profit share reports, mykw.kw.com. Develop a purposeful plan, right? Maybe it's, you know, maybe it's a day of your business or part of your business where all you do is you call around the country, maybe, you know, call friends, call family, right? You know, somebody looking to get into real estate, right? There's a great opportunity for you there. Utilize the KW resources, profit share, right? You saw some videos already, so profit share on kw.com, KW Maps coaching program on profit share. Here's how the tree grows. You've all named who your sponsor is, right? Your sponsor, your sponsor's sponsor, right? Everybody's got that piece of paper on your table here, and you see my 7 levels of who, you know, who up my tree. So that doesn't sound like a good thing, but Sylvia Incravaya, Mike Incravaya, CJ Harrington, Cheryl Harrington, Steve Pumper, David Best, and PJH developers in there. By the way, when I look back at my profit share tree has something now like about 130 people in that tree. By the way, part of them are retired. You know, they're retired or they're no longer with the company, but they're still, if they were vested, right, they're still in my profit share tree. Once again, here you are. There's your first level. James, we have the ALC work on what? How many in your first level? 5 or is it 10? 10. 15 total, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's not hard. By the way, you'd be surprised the amount of money people can be making with a very small first level. It just depends on who's in that first level. builds out your second level. So focus on your first level. Very simple conversations. We gave you the scripts, right? They're very simple, very, very simple scripts. You all ended up here probably from having a conversation or somebody having a conversation with you. Probably, that would be my guess. I know I did. You know, I told you my story. Well, I was in Cleveland, Ohio, selling a bunch of real estate with Remax. Mike Inkervai has a conversation with me, and he says, hey, I know we're looking for a team leader. And I thought, well, I got a team. I don't know what a team leader is, right? So I started a conversation with him. Next thing I know, he's got me on a flight going to Atlanta, Georgia to go see Sean Rawls teach, you know, was one of our big people in the Keller Williams system. Next thing you know, I joined Keller Williams, right? So it was just him simply having a conversation with me. That was it.
But you moved physically from Ohio to Georgia?
Well, no, here's what happened. So in Ohio, I was in production. My last year of production really was 2011. I sold 102 homes. But late 2010 is when I joined Keller Williams from Remax. I looked for a leadership opportunity, and here's how that happened. So I had a coach. I'd hired my own coach because I was coaching agents as a productivity coach in Ohio. My coach's name was Michelle Anderson. So Michelle Anderson, I told Michelle what I wanted to do. I said, listen, I want to look at this leadership path. So Michelle, the productivity coach that was in this market center in our own building, his name was Jeremy Williams, and she was coaching Jeremy. And Jeremy was moving back up to the Woodlands area. He lived up that way. So they were looking for a productivity coach here. So she knew that. She connected Michael and I together. So we started some conversations and some dialogues, went through the process. We were actually at family reunion in February. That would have been February of 2011. We were actually there. And I'm going to tell the story because James is in the room. We were at a big thing called the Red Bash. So the Red Bash is this big, wild party with Gary Keller's band, and it's fun. It's a blast. So we're there, and I'm texting with Michael, and I said, I'm here, and he said, so am I. And that year we came in, most market centers, we were Cleveland, Ohio, so the Cleveland Clinic. So we all had scrubs on. We had these red scrubs on with the booties and everything. And James is smiling now because Michael then, I connect up with Michael. I got Alice with me. We step out into the area on the outside, and the part of the ALC was there, and part of the ALC actually started to interview me for the job of the productivity coach. Right. Fast forward, I hire Kimberly Gibbons when I'm down the team leader in Clear Lake. She gets Michelle Anderson as her coach. Michelle is still her coach today with her. And then I kind of started my path around Dallas and Charleston and finally found my way back home. So, and we're done. We're done. All right, relate, refer, recruit, right? Like James said, it's not really your job to recruit. The rest of us go through training, for that. It's something we do every day. It doesn't mean you can't have a conversation with them. It doesn't mean, you'll see agents walking other agents through the office. That's wonderful, right? I'll actually do a class sometime, probably early 22 on the power walk, right? So when you'll see me walk through the office a lot of times, or Garrett or Teresa, you'll see, and Michael, you'll see us all walk through the office, and we may be introducing you along the way. Here's all the things we have. And, we've got this great podcast room now, and we've got all these things, right? And it's just, we call that the power walk. That may be you doing that with your recruit, right? You may bring in your recruit next week, and you may do the same thing. Just lead them around the office, right? Good. There's your tree, first levels, right? Where can you find people to build relationships with? Everywhere. Yeah. How about some specific? What's that? HEB. That's pretty specific.
Visiting real estate schools.
Real estate schools, yeah, real estate schools. So one of the things that the growth committee is now doing is we plan some, at least 2 of the champions ones. We're planning monthly ones with those to go in. They only give you 10 minutes, you know, in front of them. They don't just take they're working with brokerages, so they don't just take agents in. But I can tell you what, get involved with the growth committee, and there's probably going to be some opportunities there to go to school, tell your story. Let's just say it's a very short period of time. Where else? HEB, aisle of HEB. Is there an aisle that you want to go to, or cereal aisle? Okay, so cereal aisle and HEB. Right. How about
all the agents you work with?
How about all the agents you work with? I love that. How about if you were out looking at inventory over the weekend at an open house? Might that be a nice opportunity?
Sure.
By the way, don't go recruit other Keller Williams agents. Right, don't go recruit other Keller Williams agents. That doesn't mean that a Keller Williams agent wouldn't want to join here, because I'm sure they would. It's just a little bit of a different conversation. We don't actively recruit from other Keller Williams offices. Any questions on that?
Well, the way of thinking is you cannot do that because they already are part of, you know.
Yeah, they've already got a sponsor.
A sponsor,
right?
So it don't make sense.
Right. Absolutely.
A place, I think, meeting other agents is like the event from HAR.
An event from HAR, a
Yes,
training
yeah.
event. Absolutely.
Everybody that's showing those events, you know, for sure, 100% are real estate agents.
Social events.
Social events, right? Every one of those are. By the way, you got free real estate school to offer too now, right? Well, November 1st. Yeah, start the conversation. Set up a time to meet, right? Take them out to coffee, take them out to lunch, tell them about your, tell them about your path. Look for opportunities to help them. I will tell you this, and I know James, he'll attest to it. There are sometimes when you get into a transaction with an agent from another company, and you might be doing a lot of their work, right, James? Might be doing a lot of their work because why?
They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, may not have the training and the education, right? There's an opportunity though for them to be able to learn really how to sell real estate at a very high level by being a part of Keller Williams. Another great opportunity. And then refer them out, right? So you've got 4 people here, generally that's what we say who our recruiters are. You got 4 people here to refer them out. Any one of us. It's entirely up to you. Teresa, you got anything you want to add to that?
Main thing I want to add is this is a great opportunity to help grow the culture in the office by bringing in people you actually want to work with. I always tell everyone you don't have to, go out. You'll have to go out and find buyers and sellers always. You'll never have to find a real estate agent. You're around them. They respect you. They're your equals. And if they're struggling and you have an opportunity to talk to them and tell them how amazing this company is, they're going to respect that and then let us do the rest. It's a great opportunity.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, meet an agent with a co-op, meet the agent that you've just met, invite the agent to an event. You are, like James said earlier, you're always welcome to invite agents to come to our events. Bring them in. I mean, that's always our goal. Even if it's a team meeting, right? Bring them in. Make sure you make that introduction, right? We don't have any big secrets here. But invite them in, show them some of the things that we have, right? We have a whole exercise on the back of that wall over there. It's all about our wall of value, all the things that we offer, right? Share with them. Here's what we offer. Oh, by the way, we now have free transaction coordinators, right? You don't have to pay a transaction coordinator anything, right? So there's a lot of things that we have of value here, right, that you want to share with them. So we'll pass on this part right now, but But here's the thing, you got the script, right? The script is there. It's a very easy script. Just have it. Who's taken Buffini before? James, no, okay. All right, so we've got Buffini going on right now. It's the same thing, right? We're just asking for referrals. Got to ask for the business. Look for opportunities, get to know them, share the insights and support with them. You know, ask them about themselves, right? Hey, buddy, ask them about themselves. Share your business tools. Here's what we're doing. Be open to any outcomes. Time to enrich relationships. So Alice is part of Keller Williams also, my wife. So one of the things I'm going to be having her do is to be working the referral part. Be working, you know, the profit share part from agents, potential people that are outside of Houston. Right? We're very big in other parts of the country also. For example, if you wanted to recruit to the Charlotte Ballantyne office, a quick little connection with the team that are there, I am sure they will be glad to take your recruits and get them in your downline. So that's what we're going to do, right? Share some business tools. Insights from your team meeting, right? We've been bringing on some pretty big guests at our team meeting. Right? Invite them in. GPS worksheet. What's that? Goals, priorities, and strategies, right? One big goal, right? So I want to bring 5 people in my downline, in my first level in the next 12 months, right? What are the 5 priorities that it takes to get there? I'm sorry, what are the 3 priorities it takes to get there? And what are then the 5 strategies around each one of them to get me to my goal of bringing in 5 new people to my downline? Same thing, 411. The one thing, by the way, there are some great books for you. We've got them here for you to buy that you could share with recruits, you know, and potential recruits. The MREA, MREI, and also the Shift book. Let's read this one together. And I know everybody at home, you just unmute yourselves. Let me know, everybody here, turn on your mics. Turn on your mics. All right, everybody ready? Hilda, unmute yourself there. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. I love doing transactions with you. You are awesome. My team leader just the other day. How great you are. She will be calling you. Thank you for the way you do it. Will you promise me you will take her call? Please, thank you. Yeah, that's it. That's all it is. Nothing fancy. I love this one. So I don't intend to recruit you. I hope you aren't disappointed. My team leader and I just want to thank you for, right? Thank you for the business. That's it. You know, and by the way, we're just going to look for an opportunity. Just so you all know, when you sell a house now, I typically will give you a call, congratulate you, right? If you've had something closed out. I'll ask you how the agent was on the other end. You may say, boy, they were good. You may say, oh, they weren't so good, right? And kind of no matter what you say, I'm still going to call the co-op and I'm going to do the same thing. And my script kind of sounds like this. Hey, listen, thanks so much for the deal that you did with James. You know, he said how awesome that you were to work with, whether they were or whether they weren't, how awesome you were to work with. Listen, I just want to know one thing. Has anybody ever had an opportunity to talk with you about Keller Williams? right? So now it gives them an opportunity to say, yes, no, I'm not interested, right? But it's an opportunity. And here's what I say, I would like to have that opportunity. Is there a time that we can get together this week or next? Because my goal is to help you build your profit share. That's not going to me, by the way. That's going to you, right? For those past deals. Don't say anything negative about another company. You know, you'll notice even when we go into real estate schools, we don't talk about the other company. We don't talk about commissions and splits, right? We just don't do any of that. That's for the, you know, that's for the actual appointment itself. Nothing negative about the other company. You know, it's nothing negative about the other one's broker. You know, none of that stuff works. Nothing negative about, you know, what they think, you know, you think they might be experiencing. Right? The goal is just that, you know, we can share them what it is that we do at Keller Williams.
Or like I say every morning, do the golden rule. Treat the others the way you want it to be treated.
Treat the others the way you want to be treated. Yeah. So here's a great question. So how do I like to receive referrals from you? And then Teresa, I'll give you just a second. You can talk about yours. So here's what I like. Sometimes people will bring me a little piece of paper. And here's the problem with that. The problem with that is I might lose it, or I might, you know, so if you can, primarily the best two ways for me are going to be a text message, or it's going to be an email, or in my on-task recruiter, there is a referral system in there. So we'll probably have to resend it out to everybody. So you'll have that in there. So all you can do is just go click on it, and then it gives you, if you download, everybody do this, right? Well, get your phones out and download Referral Loop. It's called Referral Loop, and it's by Realty Connection. So that's where you can send those to me once I send you the link again. So you can you'll get the link via text message, and you'll have those. Now this is going to be this would be for any agents. The nice part about the on-task recruiter through Realty Connection for me, it's everybody that is in business already, everybody that is a real estate agent. And just so you know, I will take all of your referrals. Primarily, what I'm held accountable for is with those that are in production. So your recruit might be working with Teresa, might be working with Garrett, you know, but primarily, not to say that I won't, primarily, you know, what my coach has me and my OP has me is working on those, you know, that are already in production. Teresa, how do you like to receive referrals? Teresa? We're down to 9. She may have got off. For her, it's going to probably be the same way, right? Text, give her a call. Yeah, connect with them on social media. Call the agent about an item you shared, invite them to a class, enter them into command, right? So your KW command, that way you can track your referrals that way. Offer the KW app to them. All right, any questions? We're right at 90 minutes, so I don't want to keep you over. Any questions? No?
Okay, so okay, you were talking about everybody getting a check on the profit check, on the profit share. So at the end of the year, also they get like a 1099.
Great question. Yes. So at the end of the year, you will get a 1099-R. And that 1099 will share, because you're still going to pay taxes on that money, right? That you'll be able to have that. By the way, you can download that right from your My KW page. Under think it's under the resource tab. You can go right down there. Your profit share statement will be right there.
Thank you.
Larry, will the meeting on Friday be available via Zoom?
No, no, no. No, that one's just by invitation only. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
on that one, yeah.
Okay, I'm out of
one's-
town, but
Yeah, that one was invitation only. We're working with a small committee and the leadership team
Oh.
to just develop what our growth strategy is going to be.
okay.
Anybody else? Just that one. Yeah, just that one. Yeah, every other committee, we want you to participate in, right? I know James would love for you to be on his growth committee. James would love to have you be at 9 o'clock on Thursday morning, the second week of the month for the finance committee, right? How it is that we spend our money.
Okay.
All right. All right, y'all. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.